Noise, 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 and noise. This is something that we have got used to by now, but we weren't when we popped out into this world and suddenly realized, geez, there's so much of noise around us. That womb was wonderful, quiet, just a heartbeat. And now we were out in this cacophony of noise, totally not understanding what's happening around us. We were too young, too much of an infant. But as we grew older and we started deciphering this noise, consciously or subconsciously, you actually started connecting with two major facets of noise. One is what I call sound. The other is what I call signals. The sound, which can be absolutely demotivating and crushing, and signals, which can be so inspiring, it can get you to every goal you have dreamt of achieving. Now, what is the sound? What is the signal? And how do you actually connect with it? This is an absolutely original idea, concept, and my philosophy of 60 years. Welcome back. Welcome back to the musings of an old maverick. Welcome back to the archives of my life. Now, like I was saying, there is noise, and within the noise, there are two major dimensions. One is signal, and the other is sound. Now, sound is basically all the naysayers, all the people who believe that you can never make it in life, all those people who are so bloody envious of whoever you are and whatever you achieved that they have nothing else to do but keep putting you down. All that is sound. But what about signals? Signals are those people who are actually reaching out to you, helping you on your journey in life, more like a beacon, as a mentor, as an advisor, trying to get your journey into absolute success mode, trying to help you reach your goal in the way that it was always meant to be. But then, how do you actually connect with sound and signals? And that is the philosophy that I will talk to you about, because this is a time-tested, experiential philosophy from the archives of my life. Now, to be able to decipher sound and what is signals, a lot depends on the density of your ego. Remember something, whatever you perceive in life, whatever your perceptions might be, it is very, very exclusively influenced by the density of your ego. Am I not right? Ask yourself, how often does the answers to challenges or solutions, better, to challenges, come out from the perspective of your ego, or your perspective influenced by your ego? Now, when I talk about the density of ego, what do I mean by it? You see, if you look at all this noise with an ego that is highly opaque, what is going to happen is that you'll only be able to hear the noise, but you will never be able to decipher or able to even come close to understanding within this noise what is the signal and which are the sounds. Because your perspective is absolutely opaque, born out of the density of the ego that with which you are looking at things. Now, imagine the same noise and you actually view it with the perspective of an ego that is translucent. So in this stage, you can actually be able to understand what is signal and what is sound, but you're not able to flow with it. You can make out there is noise, and within this noise, there is a signal and then there are sounds. But you don't know which is good for you and which is not, because your perspective is influenced by a very translucent ego. Now let's take the third example. An absolute transparent perspective through a transparent ego. An ego which does not have any qualms whatsoever, no hang-ups, absolutely clear, down to earth, just the way it was meant to be. And you start looking at all this noise and you actually be able to deeply connect with what are the signals and what are the sounds. You'll be able to so clearly decipher what should be avoided and what should be adapted and connected with. But then, as you keep cruising life with an ego that is transparent, the sounds become far more interesting, just like it became interesting for me. Because I never, with a perspective of an absolute transparent ego, looked at that sound as criticism. I realized the majority of the criticism is happening there is not my fault. It's because of what they are construing life to be vis-a-vis what I've achieved or where I am. And that's not really their fault. It's just so human to compare. Comparing yourself with the Joneses, so to speak. But is it really worth it? So when you look at sound with a perspective of a transparent ego, actually, instead of avoiding it, you will start reaching out there, trying to connect with people who you feel are actually in search of becoming better versions of themselves. Signals help you become a better version of you. Sounds give you an opportunity to reach out and help people become better versions of themselves. Either which way, when you live a life of an absolute transparent ego, then let me tell you, advantage will always be yours, whether you get it from the signals or whether you reach out into the sounds. Because there is so much more to learn in that sphere, in that dimension of sounds, than just being with the signals. There it is. This is Anand Nair signing off for now, and I'm going to see you soon, very soon. Till then, you have a wonderful life. Celebrate life. Celebrate being you.